Masvidal Usman. We talked about Masvidal a couple shows ago. I want to touch back on this because Masvidal and Usman got in a dust-up yesterday on Super Bowl Radio Row. Basically, Usman's been talking a little bit reckless about Masvidal. And on the Jim Rome show yesterday at the Super Bowl, Masvidal was on with Jim Rome. Let me play you the comments first, and then I'm going to play you the dust-up.
And so Usman tweeted the following last week, quote, "For all you real fans out there, you know what's up. Gamebred fighter is doing everything possible to avoid taking this L. Dana White has spoken, so STFU, and take this ass whooping like the journeyman you are, and then you can go fight Conor. Hashtag once a bum, always a bum."
Wow.
My man, like, yeah, right. Like, what's your what is your reaction to hearing that?
For starters, this guy's been fanboying over me for most of his career. I've never asked him for a picture, but when he first met me like 6 years ago, he was asking me for a picture. You could see that I've been fighting for a lot longer, so you can see why this guy is so in love with me. You know, he grew up watching me, whether it was in the street fights or not. He grew up watching me. He could have cut one of the best promos ever if he could actually talk. He got asked after his fight with the guy that he broke his jaw, "Hey, what do you think about Masvidal?" And I'm the fighter of the year, and that only gets handed out to one male individual out of the thousands of amazing athletes. I got that award, fighter of the year. And I'm in his weight class. And when they asked him, Jorge Masvidal, he said, "Who? No, I don't know who that is, but I want to fight the guy that's ranked under him that he already beat." So it's more like Usman is not really a fighter, he's more of a politician, because he's telling people he wants to fight. But I'll tell you this right now, and he said it in an interview as well, that he gets amped up, he gets very excited when guys talk trash, you know? So this is not for you or the viewers, this is directly for Usman. I'm going to embarrass you from start to finish, and I'm going to say it now, so when it gets replayed 10 years from now, I'll tell you, I told you so. I'm going to embarrass you, whether it's on national TV or if I see you right now here today, wherever I see you, I'm going to embarrass you for the words you have said.
So Jorge Masvidal goes out. I don't know what happened. I don't know if he goes out looking for Usman. I don't know if they run into each other. I don't know how this occurs, but this was posted from the Sports Plus Life podcast.
Do something. I'm standing right here. Do something. Do something. What is that? You make your hand just...
Nah, I'm gonna kill you. That's exactly what I'm doing. Fuck your ass up. Talking all that shit.
You talking.
No.
That's all I hear you talking.
I can't hit you now. You gotta cast them, bitch.
Do something.
You gotta cast them, bitch. I ain't gonna take advantage of you like that.
Do something. You come up talking. Do something. Do something. That's what I thought. See?
Little bitch.
You talking tough.
You're the one walking away.
What's up?
You walked away a little. He pushed you back? Okay. You got a cast on, bitch. You lucky. That's the only reason why nothing's happening to you.
Oh, you scared of the cast?
Just a little dust up between the two yesterday behind the scenes. Do you think that's going to be the next fight for Jorge Masvidal?
For this weight class and for what you're seeing, Usman's got the belt. I think this will make sense from a payday perspective and the belt perspective, which I think Jorge's more invested in the payday. He's always said that for his family. I think we're cooking something up here.
I'm a Gamebred fighter fan. I'm a Jorge Masvidal fan.
You love Jorge.
I love Jorge. And as much as I want to shit on Usman and be like he's going to get his ass kicked, I don't know about that at all. We're talking about a guy that just stopped Colby Covington in the final round of that fight to TKO him with punches.
Yeah.
He beat Tyron Woodley the fight before that. He beat Rafael Dos Anjos the fight before that. Beat Damian Maia the fight before that. We're talking about a guy that has one loss on his record and no losses in the UFC. Conor can chill for a second. I want to see this.
Yeah.
I want to see Masvidal versus Usman. I think this is the fight to see. I'm excited for that fight. And it sucks because there's not as much money there as there is Masvidal versus Conor McGregor. Mm-hmm. Way bigger fight, way more money.
Yeah.
But this is probably the better fight.
For sure. And there's a belt. Like, that plays into this whole thing. But what I like about this fight is extended this fight essentially with Colby Covington and wanted him to, like, pay the whole entire fight. And then, of course, with seconds left in the last round against Covington, breaks his jaw, TKOs him, the whole thing, right?
Yep.
Masvidal's the same way. He wants to make people feel pain. He wants to punish people because he even came out in the Jim Rome interview yesterday and says, that's what the people want, man.
Yeah, they want violence.
They want violence. They want extreme violence.
Yep. And he talked about last year, it was a whole new Gamebred. It was a whole new Jorge Masvidal. He did not fight at all 2018. He took the whole year off because he had a few losses. He's like, I need to get my mind right. I need to refocus. I need to figure out what the hell's going on. So he came out, smoked Darren Till in March, came out, smoked Ben Askren in July, came out and smoked Nate Diaz in November, and now we're looking at a whole new fighter. John King makes a good point in the chat. Well, Masvidal talks like he has 0 losses. That's a good point, but that's what I'm saying is he reinvented himself. Because before that, he lost to Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. He lost to Damian Maia, who Usman beat right there. So he said he was a whole new Gamebred, and I actually have a clip from that as well. Here, let me play this for you. This is interesting to me.
I like this.
To resurrect, that means somebody had to die. Someone had to die. That old Gamebred is dead. Those guys that lost those split decisions, that did this, that did that, that guy could no longer be a part of this program. For me to take it to the fight of the year, for me to get knockout of the year in the same year that I got fight of the year, all these things, it had to be a new person. So that dude, he's not alive, man. He actually got killed a long time ago. That's right, it's the resurrection because our old Gamebred hasn't been with us in a while.
The old Gamebred hasn't been with us in a while.
Wow.
So
had to bury him.
I thought that was interesting. I thought the whole the convo was interesting. I find Jorge interesting. I find the resurrection interesting. I find the fact that he also talked about, hey, I have 3 years starting this year. That's it. I'm fighting for the next 3 years. I'm going hard. I'm taking all the biggest fights. I'm knocking MFers out. I'm the BMF. Everyone's going to know it. 3 years and I'm done. I've been fighting for too long. It's my time to cash out my prime. I'm not going to be one of those guys that hangs around too long, that sticks around the sport too long, gets beat up. This Gamebred is going to be the Gamebred you saw in 2019. I'm interested to see it. I think, and like I said, Usman, taking nothing away from Kamaru Usman. And that's why it's the fight I want to see. I think that's the fight.